Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I'm crazy about perfumes. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the niche perfumes in my collection. So what is niche? Niche developed as an alternative to mass-produced perfumes. From what I could see online, it started in the 20th century. The use of the term niche rather than the production of niche. So niche perfumes to me are those that are harder to find. They're made in smaller batches, potentially with more expensive ingredients. And in some cases, the original perfumer may still be involved in the perfume production. So when I hear niche, immediately comes to mind houses like Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Le Labo, Jo Malone. So those are examples of what I consider niche perfume brands. The first one I want to talk about is Rose Blush by Jo Malone. Jo Malone is a British perfume brand, originally started by Jo Malone and then now it's owned by Estee Lauder. I purchased Rose Blush in store in Myer earlier this year. It was part of a trio of rose fragrances which were promoted for Valentine's Day. Jo Malone, to me, produces some beautiful scents, but the longevity generally is not there. So for this one, for example, I would spray up to 10 sprays. Rose Blush is a 2022 release with notes of lychee, rose, and basil. Let's give it a spray. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely one of my favorites. It's so lovely. It's definitely a little sweet. And I would describe this as a rose jam. Yeah, very happy with this one. And even though it doesn't last long, I just overspray. And today's nail color, for anyone who's interested, is Miami Beet, B-E-E-T by OPI. Next we have A La Rose by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is a French perfume brand, currently owned by LVMH. And Francis Kurkdjian has been appointed the creative director for Dior Parfums. So very interested to see what happens in that space. I purchased this one online from Mecca. It was a little hard to find. A La Rose is a 2014 release. This is the 70 ml Eau de Parfum. I would describe this as a musky citrus rose. There are notes of bergamot, rose, and musk. So while Rose Blush, which I mentioned earlier, is what I would describe as a light, sparkling, slightly gourmand rose, A La Rose is more of a more older rose, more elegant rose. And I think to me this is mainly because of the musk. And I want to admire the bottle. It's a gorgeous bottle. The MFK bottle, heavy in the hand. Yes. So immediately the citrus is quite prominent and it will develop into a rosy musk in the dry down. This one lasts quite long on me and it's got quite a strong projection as well. I can spray it on in the morning before going to work, and then 8 hours later it's still quite prominent on my skin. Very much a quality fragrance, and I think that is what we get from niche perfumery. They're able to use more powerful ingredients and they have perhaps less constraints than if they were part of a large conglomerate. Next we have Rose Alexandre by Armani Privé. I actually struggled a little bit with this one in that I wasn't sure should it be in designer or in niche, but I've decided that it's in the niche part of Armani. So Armani itself is a designer brand, but quite a number of the designer or fashion houses have released privé lines. So more exclusive perfumes and harder to find and a little bit more expensive as well. And Armani Privé falls into that category. I purchased this one in-house in David Jones. It actually been on my list for quite a few years. And finally, I decided to buy it and I'm very, very pleased. This is another with quite a distinctive bottle with the pebble top. All of the Privé line, Armani Privé line, are in this kind of bottle, maybe in different materials. This is a 50 ml eau de toilette and I really like the metal label here. This is also a citrusy rose, but where it differs from MFK's A La Rose is that it's not musky. So this retains the sparkling quality that citruses do lend to perfumes, I find. And this out of the three is my most versatile rose perfume. Give it a spray. Yeah, it's a little bitter, but that soon goes away and it settles into a lovely warm citrus rose. Yes, incredible. I'm very happy that I got my hands on this one. I heard from the lady at the counter in David Jones that it's been discontinued, but I've just checked online and it's still available on the Armani website. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Next we have Osmanthus by Acqua di Parma. This one is a big love of mine. I purchased this in store at David Jones in Sydney. It's a 100 ml eau de parfum, and Osmanthus is part of their Signatures of the Sun range. This one was released in 2019. Acqua di Parma itself is quite an old brand. It was founded in 1916. And this is another one which is currently owned by LVMH. I would describe Osmanthus as a citrus white floral. It has notes of neroli and Osmanthus with patchouli in the base. This doesn't have the heaviness of patchouli that I would expect. I actually don't recognize patchouli in this at all. Instead, I find that Osmanthus has quite a solar quality. It's actually quite a lovely fragrance. And really incredible that the perfumer is able to bring me to a particular place in my imagination with these notes. This is also a distinctive Acqua di Parma bottle. You might see other colors and maybe other materials. This one also has quite a strong projection on me and I feel that it lasts quite a long time. Let's give it a spray. Ooh. My goodness. Oh wow. Yes, really love this fragrance. When I was in store, I actually started off in Myers, Sydney, and I tried quite a few of their Signatures of the Sun fragrances. I remember trying Camellia, Yuzu, and Sakura, but this one was my definite favorite. There are also others in this range which has the solid black bottle. Next we have By Any Other Name by Althea. This is the newest niche perfume that I've added to my collection. I was in Mecca and I was actually looking to buy Le Labo's Lys 41, but it wasn't available, or it wasn't available in the size that I wanted, which was 50 ml. So I had to look around the store and found this one. And what I like about this is that they have the notes on the box, so I think that's really cool. This one has notes of lychee, peony, bergamot, rose, and osmanthus. So it's got quite a number of my favorite notes in here. It says it's an eau de parfum, but it doesn't last like an eau de parfum on me. I have to use up to 10 sprays of this one. To me, this is closer to a cologne concentration. Stunning bottle though. Beautiful in the hand. That cap is quite heavy. Interesting logo. Not sure that is it meant to be a mermaid, maybe. But yes, beautiful bottle. Althaya was found by a couple who can trace their history back some generations to Argentina. So Althaya stands for a long time ago in Argentina. I think it's one which hasn't been bought by one of the big conglomerates, so it has retained ownership and control of the brand by these two people. Let's give it a spray. I'm actually wearing this one right now. Oh, it's just stunning. Really such a beautiful fragrance. But yeah, the downside is that it doesn't last long, and it was maybe $300, so I would find it hard to recommend a fragrance at this price point, which disappears on me within an hour. I did ask the fragrance expert in store Mecca the trip after I purchased this one, and he said it's meant to be a bridal fragrance, so meant to be spritz all over. So I can see it being a bridal fragrance because it's really quite beautiful, and the story of the perfume itself is somewhat romantic. But again, if it says eau de parfum, I would expect performance more like MFK's A La Rose. However, since I do have a number of fragrances, there's definitely a happy spot for this one. And the upside of being so light is that I'll be able to use it in our hot summer months here in Brisbane. And the last niche perfume I have is Vanilla Square by Maison Tahiti. This is a 2020 release. Maison Tahiti has a gourmand sort of bent. It has a few lines: vanilla, coffee, and cocoa. Vanilla Square is exactly what I was looking for when I was searching for a vanilla perfume for the colder winter months here in Brisbane. It's what I would describe as a vanilla bomb. This is the only true gourmand in my collection, and quite a departure from my usual floral fragrances. I purchased this in store at Libertine Parfumerie here in Brisbane. This is a 100 ml eau de parfum, and from what I could see, all the Maison Tahiti fragrances come in this bottle, apparently inspired by apothecary bottles. So it's kind of cute actually. I don't see a lot of information about Maison Tahiti online. It doesn't appear to be owned by any of the conglomerates, so I'm gonna guess that it's still owned by the founder. Spray. Oh my goodness. So immediately it's like this sugary meringue kind of smell, and I actually get almond from this fragrance. Vanilla Square has notes of vanilla, vanilla flower, praline, and benzoin. For me, this is definitely a cold weather scent. It's very strong on me, and I would find it overwhelming in the warmer months. So it's one of those which has gone into a box, put away as it's getting warmer, And here they are all together. Really quite beautiful bottles, I feel. Let's see if I can rearrange them. No, okay. Maybe they'll just stay that way. There, I think you can see most of them. What about you? What do you consider to be niche? Is it important to you to know which one is considered a niche perfume? I kind of feel that niche is like the end of the progression for fragrance lovers. I think the next stop after this would be perfume custom made for a person, but I don't know who does that and how. It's probably going to be astronomically expensive if such a service does exist. So for now, niche is as close as it gets. I do have my eye on a niche perfume, Guerlain's Neroli Outre Noir, I think it's pronounced. And I'm really looking forward to being able to purchase that one. It's not available in Brisbane, so I'll have to cross my fingers and hope I can find it on my trip next month. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. Love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!